Hey there, welcome back. My name is Katie. If you're new to my channel, this is Louisiana Cooking and Living. And recently we just did a garden tour of how well our garden is doing this spring. And we are so looking forward to our summer produce harvests. I can't wait. This is our second year of doing a garden on this scale. We've actually done a couple extra beds than we did last year. And then hopefully next year we'll add a couple more and just keep expanding as we continue to learn through this process, because we are new to really gardening on this scale. We've always kind of done some tomatoes or some peppers or a few things here and there, but the variety of things we're doing and the scale of things that we're doing is all new to us since we've been living out in our little homestead, we like to call it. So we're super excited, but with all this produce that comes in from the garden, we like to can a lot of this stuff in order to preserve it. We don't have a lot of freezer space to freeze a lot of things, but there's so many things that we can. A lot of tomatoes will bring us a lot of spaghetti sauce, and I've actually done that a couple of times for you guys. I've done it last summer with fresh tomatoes, and I can leave these cards up at the top for you guys. We canned spaghetti sauce with fresh tomatoes, and then this winter we canned spaghetti sauce again with canned tomatoes, because you don't always have enough fresh tomatoes, and sometimes you just need to have that spaghetti sauce on the shelf and you need to use canned tomatoes, or if you don't have a garden the size you need to produce enough tomatoes for that. So let's see that. So we have the spaghetti sauce, also salsa. So we're our tomatoes, of course, our tomatillos. I love a roasted tomatillo salsa. Again, I can leave a card with a link to that video also, because I think I've done actually 2 or 3 salsa videos with you guys. So we have our tomatillos, our different peppers in the garden to make those, and lots of onions this year, which we haven't done. So probably what I'll do, because we don't have the temperatures here to be able to really store. I don't have a basement. We don't have basements in Louisiana, and it doesn't get cool enough, long enough to be able to store them out in our shop, the onions. So most of our onions will probably get chopped and put in the freezer along with the bell peppers. Let's see what else we got there. Peas. I like to freeze my peas. I don't can the peas. Trying to think what else we have in bulk. I mean, we have watermelon. We'll of course eat that fresh. Oh, I didn't show the strawberries in the video. We do have some strawberry plants, but they're not producing a lot. They're brand new this year, so they're not producing a lot of strawberries yet. Garlic. So excited about the garlic. Again, that will be a lot of fresh eating, and then also preserving through the freezer for that, and then using it in our salsa and our spaghetti sauce. Cucumbers. Loving the cucumbers, eating those fresh in our salads, and just as cucumber sticks, and then also making pickles with those. So lots of things in the garden. So today what we're going to talk about is my 5 top canning pieces of equipment I have, just because I'm thinking of and so excited about canning this summer. So I'm going to show you my top 5 pieces of canning equipment. And I'm starting off with a super cheapy item, and I have been looking for this, and I finally found it at the Dollar Tree for $1.25. And it's this little bottle here. Has a lid that lifts, and then it has this little dispenser. You take your paper towel and you kind of just dab it on there, and it will bring the vinegar up and moisten your paper towel. So when you're canning, you want to wipe the rims of your jars before you put the lids on them with vinegar to make sure they're clean so they will seal properly. So this is one of my favorite items, $1.25 at the Dollar Tree. It's called a dispenser pump. If you want to find, I'll see if I can find a link on Amazon for something like this if you don't have a Dollar Tree near you. It took me a long time to find this. I've actually been looking for almost a year for one of these, and I finally found one at my Dollar Tree. So I'm trying to think of whose page. Peelies and Petals? Peelies and, I don't remember her name, her page name. Anyway, I saw it on her channel first, and I had asked her where she got it. She said at the dollar store, so I've been looking for it. Anyway, I'll see if I can find a link on Amazon and leave that below. I'll leave all my canning equipment and food preservation items and my gardening items below in my description box. It doesn't cost you any extra to use my links. It just helps my channel out and shows that you are following along. The next item I like is this jar opener lifter thingy. I'm not even sure what it's called. I'll leave a link to this. I got this on Amazon. You're not supposed to use your lids more than one time because when you open your jars, it can leave little dents in them that would cause it to not seal properly. With using something like this, for the most part, it's not 100% guarantee. When you use this to open your jars, it does not leave a dent in your lid and you can reuse your lids. Love this. You don't have to find a spoon and try and wedge it in there and try to get it open. So I love this. The next thing is a wide mouth funnel. Now I did get a whole kit of things years ago when I started canning that had like the jar lifter, which I guess kind of goes along with this. And maybe I should have brought it out with this because when you have your jars in boiling water, you can't stick your hand in there and get the jars out. So the jar lifter is very important, but these are like favorite extras, I guess you would say. So this is a wide mouth funnel, fits in either the wide mouth or the regular mouth jars, and it helps putting your produce or whatever it is into your jars without spilling it everywhere and hopefully not getting it on your rims of your jars. So I really like having this. And the next thing is my Ball Home Preserving Cookbook here. So many recipes. Let's see if it says 400 recipes in here. I don't always follow every recipe exactly that I've used in here, but it does have your preserving times, whether you're water bathing or pressure canning your jars. It will give you the times in here that you need. So I really like having this for that reference. It's a big reference tool. Even if you're not using the exact recipes, it is a good reference tool. And so last, I will have a bonus item, but for last is a water bath canner. I'm not sure how many quarts this one is. I don't think it'll say on the bottom. No. I'm gonna say it's maybe like a 26 quart pot. You really can use any kind of pot. I'm saying a water bath canner, but any size large pot can be your water bath canner. You can have a 30 quart stock pot. You can have a 26 quart stock pot that's maybe thinner than this, but tall. You need just a pot that's gonna have enough space vertically that will cover 2 inches of water above your jars. And that's gonna be your canner, whatever canner you decide you want to get. Water bath canning is the easy way to go when you're starting out and you're nervous maybe about pressure canning. So you can use a water bath canner. You could do your jellies, you could do your pickles, you can do your salsas, your spaghetti sauces, all those are water bath canned. And so a water bath canner is really a good way to start. This canner, I got it actually at an antique store, even though I already had one pretty much exactly the same that didn't come from an antique store, but this one had in it, you're gonna need to get a trivet. Most of them come with trivets, but if you're using just a regular stock pot, you need to get some kind of trivet, which they sell these on Amazon, to put in the bottom of your pot so that you don't it lessens the chance of you breaking a jar because it keeps it from banging on the bottom of your stock pot. And then this one has a jar lifter in it, and that's the trivet that it uses. And so this will sit, let's see, on the side of your pot. Can you see that? So it lifts your jars up out of the water, or whenever you're even filling the pot. Let me see if I can. So when you're putting so you'll have your water in your pot boiling, you can have this up, put your jars here, and then you can lower your jars down in, process them, and when it's time to pull them out, you can lift them back up. And so it's easier to get them in and out of the pot. I want to show you my bonus item, and then also I'll grab the jar lifter to show you just what that is if you're not familiar with what a jar lifter is. All right, so this is the jar lifter. And so what it does is you're able to hold your jar, and then you're able to put it in your pot of boiling water without burning yourself and then pulling it out. So this is handy But this is kind of a necessary tool, not an extra kind of tool, if that makes any sense. So something else I have seen that people, just recently, and I love it. I think it's, let me see. Using your jar lifter, maybe it's this way, and putting your Ziploc bag over it. So when you fill a Ziploc bag, it holds it open. I thought that was kind of an ingenious little idea there. So let's get on to our bonus item. So I have, just trying to get my lid here straight. There we go. So I have the Presto pressure canner. There are so many different pressure canners out there. This was a good basic pressure canner that had a lot of good reviews on it. The All-American, I guess, is like the top of the line best one to get. But when I was getting started, I wanted to make sure that I was going to be doing this and really getting a lot of use out of it and worth spending the money on the All-American. So I got the Presto. This is a little weight jiggler here. The pressure gauge. It has a seal in here. Let's see. Anyway, it seals closed. These are much safer than they used to be back in the old, I think the ones back in the old days, I think it was pressure cookers that really gave pressure cooking a bad rap, although, and people have carried that over to pressure canning. I don't think that the pressure canning is as unsafe as people think it is. I've even used this pot as a water bath canner. I've used this as when I'm making a large quantity of spaghetti sauce or boiling multiple chickens to can broth. Because this pot is so large, I'll be able to do a lot of bulk cooking in this. So this is a very versatile pot. You don't have to use it as a pressure canner. You can use it as a pressure cooker also. Anyway, and it comes with its own little cookbook manual that gives you all the times for your elevation. Your elevation does make a difference in your pressure canning. I'm trying to think if there's anything else just real quick to say about this. I have several videos of using the pressure canner when I've made some bone broth, and trying to think what else. Oh, beans. I've canned a lot of beans, like this can of black beans that I was just using for my little demonstration in my jar lifter. I can leave links of all these videos. I'll probably just at the end leave a playlist. There'll be like a little button at the end here where I'll have the whole playlist of my food preservation videos where you can go through and look where I've done the bone broth. I've done different beans. I've done pinto beans and the black beans, different jellies and preserves, the spaghetti sauce, the salsas. I don't know if you can see right here in this background, all these shelves, my canning items. My husband built those shelves for me to store all my jars on. Sauces. Oh, I've done hot dog chili. That was a fun thing. Enchilada sauce is so good. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you get into canning if you're not already into canning, or if you are into canning and you don't have some of these equipment. And really, the $1.25 item is probably my best recommendation to get because it's so cheap and it's so, I don't know if it's fun. It is fun to use, but I mean, it's like, it's your own little, I don't know, instead of wasting vinegar, pouring it in a bowl, and then you don't even use it all, and then you just dump it out. I just kind of like this little gadget. So anyway, I hope you like this. I hope you hit subscribe, and look forward to canning with you all summer long and bringing so many videos to you. And I hope you continue watching with me, and we'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.